Hey, and welcome to the Hospitality Suite, the podcast that helps you live your best hotel life. Today I want to talk about a delicious dilemma that we sometimes face when it comes to booking hotels, and that is deciding whether to book a breakfast inclusive rate or just a room only rate. Deciding whether if you even have dinner at the hotel or you just leave your options open and consider maybe restaurants outside the hotel. What is appropriate? What usually is recommended? I'm going to just take some time and tackle that today and see if I can help you out. Let's tackle breakfast first. So opting for a breakfast inclusive rate can be a game changer, and I'll tell you why. I think it just ensures that you have a hassle-free start to the day. There's less thinking, there's less deciding. You've already booked and paid for your room, which is inclusive of breakfast. The only decisions that you need to start making is what to have for breakfast. We all know that the best hotels are well known for their wide variety. The offering at breakfast is just crazy. You do not find anywhere where for one fixed price you can have cereals, you can have fruits, you can have all sorts of juices that you want. You can have coffees. In most hotels, they give you even specialty coffees for free included in the rate. So if you want to have a cappuccino, for example, it's included in your rate. You then could have a whole selection of assorted cold meats and exotic cheeses that are offered. You then can have cereals, you have pastries, all sorts of pastries, and then you still can choose to have whatever you feel like on the hot selection. And this is all included in the same price. It's always a wonder for me why people just do not see the value when it comes to hotel breakfast and the pricing that comes with it. They look at a fixed price and just sometimes go crazy and saying, why is it so much for breakfast? Because I think, personally, this is what I think, people think of breakfast in a hotel exactly the same as the breakfast that they expect at home. But at home, you are less likely to have five different types of food items in one breakfast setting, one breakfast meal. This is what you get when you come to a hotel, or if you book a hotel, or if you book a hotel room with breakfast included. You get a buffet in most places, and that's exactly what it is. It's a selection of different types of foods for you to enjoy, and just gives you that opportunity to take your time, try different things, explore different things, and enjoy a hearty and savor a hearty breakfast. So a breakfast being included in your rate for me comes with a convenience factor. That alone is a perk, especially if you are a person who has plans to go out and enjoy activities. If, let's say, you are traveling for leisure, or even if you're a business person who has a long day full of meetings ahead, that just offers you that convenience to have breakfast sorted, breakfast included, and you have a multitude of options to choose from before you start your day. But then again, you may be an early riser who prefers a light bite or perhaps loves to explore local breakfast spots. In such cases, a flexible rate might be more suitable for you. It just gives you that freedom to choose your breakfast adventure beyond the hotel walls, and that's perfectly fine. The one thing to just keep in mind is that if you book a flexible rate that is just room only, you are still due for additional fees for breakfast or for dinners if you did not make arrangements to book and pay for these things in advance. And that's also fine, but most of us when we travel, we want to take care of the basic accommodation and meals so that we just set aside a little budget for extras or incidentals, as we call them in hotels. This is when you are with children or with a partner and you're just doing additional entertainment things during your stay or your weekend getaway. Now, just to clarify something that I've come to know becomes a big problem with travelers or hotel guests when they are staying at hotels. this breakfast inclusive rate, or this free breakfast as it is perceived by many. And they talk about a free breakfast. Hotels say they have a free breakfast, but it's actually not free. You're paying for it. That is true. You are paying for the breakfast. If you book an inclusive rate inclusive of breakfast, what you're telling the hotel is that when they prepare for breakfast guest or a number of breakfast guests, they must prepare for those numbers, including you. So whatever they are catering, whatever they put out, they need to put it out in the volumes that's going to include the numbers that have booked and paid for breakfast inclusive rates. Yes, they do prepare and anticipate for additional customers that may have not booked breakfast but then decide they want to have breakfast. But you, who's booked a breakfast inclusive rate, you have told the hotel that they are guaranteed to have you come and have for breakfast. So their base number from a prep perspective includes you. So should you decide not to have breakfast, which happens a lot, and through my experience in the hotel business, this becomes a challenge to explain to customers from time to time. So you decide that particular morning, after booking a breakfast inclusive rate, that you're not going to have breakfast. Now you want your breakfast money back, which, remember, is included in the rate. And you find difficulty in having the hotel assist you with this. The reason why this happens is exactly what I just explained, is that you have booked an inclusive package. Packages are done for a reason. They give the seller, let's call the hotel the seller in this instance, the direction and the guidance to prepare whatever the package includes, have it ready, guaranteed for your convenience, for your service to deliver to you. So when you decide you don't want certain parts of the package, for whatever reason, when the time comes, it's difficult for the hotel to then piece out that part that you're no longer wanting to have and give it back to you, because their prep, their resources went into preparing this entire package for you. So a breakfast inclusive rate is a package, and you cannot at a later stage want a piece of that package back because you didn't have it. They've put in all sorts of resources to prepare the breakfast and the numbers that they cater for and they put out. So scrambled eggs, for example, pastries and staffing, all of these things went into preparing for the numbers that the hotel expected using the base of breakfast included rate bookings. So you're always going to find it a challenge to have a hotel give you back, let's say, breakfast is 200 rands, the door price, and you decide not to have it, but you book a package rate, and you ask the hotel, they will most likely say no for those reasons, and they are valid reasons. Now let's talk about dinner. Dining at a hotel restaurant can offer all sorts of amazing experiences. Many hotels have an ambiance that's just perfect for a special evening, so you want to consider trying out the hotel restaurant. You can indulge in the convenience of not having to venture out in search of a good meal, especially after a tiring day. So a hotel restaurant or hotel restaurants are definitely an option once again for convenience. On the flip side, if you are a traveler or a guest or hotel guest that loves to immerse themselves in local dining scene, if your destination is known for culinary delights, exploring nearby restaurants once again could be a fantastic opportunity or an option. It's a great way to just savor local flavors, get to immerse yourself in the local culture and enjoy just the local cuisine. So what is the verdict? The decision is ultimately dependent on your travel style and priorities. So what are your priorities during that stay, during that visit, during that getaway? If you crave convenience and seamless experiences, breakfast inclusive and hotel dining are fantastic choices. However, if you are an adventurist and you want to relish and explore, flexibility is definitely the key. Just remember though, if you are a rewards member and you have accumulated extras, as we call them in hotels, or incidentals in the form of food and beverage, the meals that you had, the drinks that you have. You could easily get away with paying for these using your rewards points. This is an offering that most hotels that have a rewards program or rewards system have. So this is obviously a huge bonus because you don't have to reach out of pocket to use more money to pay for extras. Your rewards points work for you. So the benefit of being a rewards member is a big deal. And also, if you can use your rewards to pay for incidentals such as food and beverages, it's a big plus. You don't have to worry about pre-booking breakfasts and dinners in advance because you know your rewards points will take care of it. Another fantastic perk of a full hotel experience is the added layer of service and amenities. From room service to spa treatments, you're often just a call away from indulgence. Plus, hotel staff can provide valuable local insights, which just helps in enhancing your overall stay. Whether you choose a breakfast inclusive rate or dine at the hotel restaurant, remember that your hotel stay can be a cornerstone of your travel experience. Tailor it to your preferences, of course, and make the most of what the hotel has to offer. I hope you found this episode insightful, a little bit entertaining and informative. As always, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep embracing the world of hospitality. Cheers for now.